kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Tua going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. He's got room at the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 54 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for two. Tua going to try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much. And we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for two.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
And you know, I'm all about getting points. And if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for two, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
Winston and the Saints now with a first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Jameis now on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Again, it's Winston. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Jameis to throw it. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Tua. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And again, it's Tagovailoa. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They find some open field here. And finally taken out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Winston finds his man. It's Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Winston. This one taken in by Olave. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. To throw is Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jarvis Landry from 6 yards away as his guys are able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. It's brought in by Wilson. He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Cedric Wilson, 60 yards. And the Dolphins are back within a couple of the lead. They'll try and throw for it. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. To throw, Winston. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Saints. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. It's out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Final play of the half here. Winston. Buying time, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Able to slither by, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Here's Mostert. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Throwing, Winston. Here's Johnson with a reception. A first down throw for Winston. Olave holds it in. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Off the play fake, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara side the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. On play action, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Olave. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Winston. That's Olave bringing in another one. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Jameis again. The pass caught by Olave. And some room to roam now. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to...
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. What's good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They fake the handoff. Now Tua sliding out of the pocket. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. He's got room at the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Now Tua. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Second and 8 coming from the 19. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Tua to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Let's go now. 32. 43 red. 0 green. Faster. Ready, go.
They hand it off to Mostert. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Tagovailoa. Forced out to his, and he's going to go down. He's sacked before he can get rid of the football. And they remain down by a point. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Winston. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Winston to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.